All right, dear friend, here we go on a Wednesday night. Well, Wednesday night for me, hotter than hell. Not really, but 90 degrees. We got a big hot day tomorrow and a hot show tonight. Let me tell you something. If you are one of these people who, for whatever reason, don't get what's happening, I don't know what to tell you. This Candace Owens, Shawn Ryan story is phenomenal. And I could go through the list of these jadruls, these jerk-offs who don't get it, but I don't want to give them credit. But they just don't get it. It's like for example, what happened to Cat Turd? Remember him? He used to be good. Now he just sits around and says, "Oh, Candace is a communist," or I can't. Maybe he didn't say that, but it's equally lame. It's like, what happened with these people? People say, well, they're paid off. Well, I don't know. I don't have any proof of that. But if they were paid off, it would make a hell of a lot of sense. They're not telling you specifically what it is that Candace did or didn't do. What is she doing that's wrong? They haven't even seen the damn thing yet. But tomorrow's a big day, and Shawn Ryan, it's going to be great. And Candace, bless her heart, love her. So let's get ready. Let's go through this. Because let me tell you something, my friends. I know we don't talk about this, but the world Iran is the biggest reversal. The best thing that ever happened was the war. Hard to explain, hard to believe, doesn't make sense. Most people are victims of war. Not this, my friend, not this. Unbelievable. So sit back, sit tight, just listen to what I'm saying. Don't, just wait. But let me also tell you something. When it hits the fan, and it will, you better have a bug out bag. You got a bug out bag, buddy? You don't know what that is. You don't know what that is. We'll go something like this. When disaster hits, you don't rise to the occasion. You fall back on what you already prepared. Wildfires, floods, hurricanes, tornadoes, blackouts, EMP and grid attacks, riots, disaster. Get it? And when the warning comes, there's no time to search for flashlights or bottled water or first aid supplies while your family waits at the door. That's why My Patriot Supply created the fully stocked bug out bag. You've got to get this. It's a rugged, grab-and-go tactical backpack packed with 60 emergency essentials, including food, water, shelter, fire, starting tools, lighting, first aid, and more. Everything is already packed and ready right out of the box. Keep one in your car, your home, your RV, your office, your cabin, because the emergencies never make appointments. And right now, you can get $100 off plus free shipping for a limited time. So act now. There will be no special invitation in life. Disaster always comes unannounced. Get prepared now. Go to preparewithlionel.com. That's preparewithlionel.com and click the link today. There is something so phenomenally beautiful. By the way, Jen John? Thank you, new member. There is something so phenomenally wonderful, beauteous, I say, about what's happening. To be a part of this, thing, to see what is happening regarding and anent the subject of Candace. I don't understand. Now, I'm going to tell you one thing, and I hope, bless her heart, she doesn't, well, it's not really her, but if somebody said, look, you're going to have to, we need your help. Because that their debate guy, oh yeah, he's a debater. He's about smoking cigarettes. I'm a debater. Yeah, I'm a masturbate. I'm a debater. Why? I just said I am. I'm the best debater in the world. Why? I just am. You are? Yeah. Okay. But why do you always pick people who are idiots? I can debate really. So can you? Let me just find a bunch of people who are idiots. But there's a whole lot of people I think he could debate that he wouldn't do very well. See, this whole debate, anyway, don't get me started. But But just like they suppose TPUSA hired him, and by the way, why is he telling people that they hired him? First of all, if they suck, he won't be able to get any credit for it. They're going to say, you suck. Hope they didn't pay you any money because you suck. Because you're gonna what, teach Neffy and these guys how to debate? What, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I'd rather teach a lint brush and how to be a deadly weapon. That would be a lot easier. You can do a lot with a lint brush, buddy. You can do a lot with a lint brush. You know what I mean? Turn your head and cough. Give it the who shot John, the what for, the high hard one. I'll show you who's boss. Yeah. You won't know whether shit or on your watch, like a 3-pecker to goat. When you hit the bridge wave. Anywho. So, but if somebody did hire me, say, listen, what do we do for Candace? Okay, first, ignore her. No, really ignore her. No. Look, every time you talk to her, you give her you give her heft and fuel. It's like, you don't understand. We need her. What? We need her. We don't have anything to say without her. There are some people who don't know what to say. If there was no Candace, seriously, what would Neffy and the other idiots talk? What would they do? Play old Charlie tapes all day? They need her. She is fueling a group of people that you cannot imagine. By the way, well, I'll tell you who I've got coming up. Talk about that later. They can't do it because they need her. That's number one. Number two, ask her why she believes something. And then whatever she says, you claim it's not enough. Like, who do you think killed Charlie? I think it's Mossad, or I think it's Erdogan, or I think whatever it is. Well, that's not enough. I don't know. And then pretend like you know just maybe talk about the facts of the case. Maybe just talk about the facts of the case. That's it. And then claim it's not enough. But they don't do that because they have to understand and read. Their whole thing is she's a communist. They say, oh, come on. Oh, for that. It's just the same. This is the most unimaginative group of people. And whatever happened to, like, seriously, people like Cat Turn and others, all those. Did you ever see Timmy Pool, the guy with the hat? The guy with the thing? You know, that edge kind of thing? Whatever happened to him? What the hell happened? I don't understand who these people are. I didn't come about. Look, it comes down to simply this. And let me just bring this. Let me bring this to your attention, okay? Let's say you're new here. And you're saying, okay, explain this to me. Great. Have a seat. Have some crumb cake. Number one. Nobody is saying, I'm not, you might, I'm not. I don't think Candace ever did. Nobody's ever saying that Erica Kirk killed anybody. Okay? She might be a mindless dupe. She may be dumb as rocks. She may be just as dumb as mud fence or homemade soap. Either way, nobody's saying that. Nobody. Let me get this out of the way. Let me get this clear. Let me make sure everybody understands. Nobody is saying that. You understand this? Nobody's saying that. So forget it. Get off this thing that somehow, whatever it is. Okay? Number one. Number two. We never realize. I am telling you right now, I have never met anybody, I say met, on TV, anybody who is as fucked up as she is, who makes stuff up, makes up just stories. She's a fabulist, a confabulist. She has what they call the pseudologia fantastica. She basically is a pathological liar. She makes things up about things that she goes off on a tangent. And what happens is, you got to understand something. There are people who watch everything she says. You don't understand this. They watch everything that she says. And she'll say, you know, it was the 3rd and it was a Tuesday. It was a Tuesday. Check it out. It's not Tuesday. It's a Thursday. You're lying. It's like, don't do this. Erica, don't say maybe I want to say, or maybe I'm not sure. Don't hold me to it. Maybe something, but she doesn't do this. She says, she lies about stuff that's not even important. Not even important. Not even. And do we know the name of her other kid? I got Gigi, but is there anybody else? And by the way, you shouldn't be mentioning kids' names or showing their pictures or anything else for that matter. But the bottom line is simply this. She is incredible. She'll say something and she just wants to this story. She creates in her mind that which she wants to be. I would take the kids by the TPUSA headquarters, and if I would take this. This is the area of the fantasy. This is also where she channels the memory that she wants you to think of Charlie, and then there's this other stuff. And then Gigi and I was ballet class. We stopped by, and we knew everybody. We knew everybody. We knew everybody's name. We know them I bring them by. Then she turns around and somebody remembers that. And then she says, either later or some other time, I want everybody to know. Can you tell us your name so I can put a face with a name? I mean, you just told us you know everybody's name. Now, is it bullshit or not? Is it important or not? Is it trivial or not? Is it insignificant or not? Why is she saying it? It's just one of a million things that don't add up. Why are you saying this? Why? I never dated. You did date. I never went on a drink. I stayed home and read the Bible. It's like, what are you? This is the stolen valor with people. People will say things. Look, most of us, I don't know about you, but I'm not a liar. And I'm not real proud of that. But but sometimes I'll exaggerate something, especially if it's for a joke, but never something that's critical. I mean, if I'm telling you a story about this lady walks in, I swear to God, she ripped one in the waiting room. It smelled like Newark after a rain. It's like, okay, was it that bad? Well, maybe not that bad. But she did fart, but I may be embellishing it. That's it. I'm an embellisher. Anything for the laugh. But I'm not going to make it up. It happened. But she makes stuff up. So anyway, that's why she's important. She just says stuff. And then she has this thing where people say, stop talking about it. She's a widow. Dana Lash. Did you ever see this broad? Ezekiel, it's book of Fellatio. Jebediah 2:3 says, he who has mentioned the money with the widow will be struck down in a pile of shit. Oh my God. I'm going to spend the rest of it. What are you talking about? It was a whole thing. She's a widow. Remember the loser convention, loser women of whatever. I don't know what this was. They had that crazy woman that said, I'm engaged with this Fanoke. Remember this guy? Unbelievable. And then it was Dana Lash and the Jebediah and this. And the First Timothy says, he who smites. And imagine you're some young girl. You're saying, I spent a fortune buying these tickets, and I've got this old broad yelling at me about widows, and this one over here who married Liberace, and she apparently doesn't know it or doesn't care. And then here comes Erica, who starts reading this stuff. She said another thing the other day. I wanted to make sure that when I forgave Tyler, I didn't want to read it. I didn't want it to be read, to look like I'm reading it. So I talked to my pastor, and her pastor must say, what is it? What? Yes. What? Yes, you can saute in fruit juice if you don't have a yes. Stop calling me. She must call this bastard I don't know how many times a day. And I called my pastor, and I said, should I write down what I'm going to say when I forgive Tyler and then simultaneously demand a speedy trial? Or should I just let the Holy Spirit? Oh, for God's sake. And the problem is there are so many people out there who really are very good, devout Christians who are saying, we're not like this. This woman is just full of shit. She's just making this stuff up. Everything is, So sure enough, she says, no, I'm just going to let the Holy Spirit come my way. And what does she do? She reads it. She's got it there in the paper. She's reading it. Candace points it out. You lied about something you don't even have to lie about. Nobody cares whether you read it, whether you thought about it. Why are you saying it? Because she wants reality to be. And can you imagine her taking the stand? Holy shit. Nobody ever wants to talk about that. But if this thing goes to trial, if it makes it past a JOA or makes it past a motion to dismiss, can you imagine what that's going to look like? Can you imagine her? Can you imagine that? Well, look who it is. Let's see. On day one, you said this, and on day two, you said that. Were you lying here or are you lying here? Your idea of the truth is very interesting. It's evanescent. It's transitory. It's protean. It transmogrifies. Did you know that? And by the way, can I ask you a question? Do you put anything on that tissue is it that cry stick that the actors use? How do you do that? You're not using that anymore. How is that? Hey, can I get a selfie with you with crazy eyes? Can you say, stop? Can you give me a crazy eyes? Stop. Oh, man. Now remember, we didn't go in and say, hey, did you hear about the woman whose husband was assassinated? No, there's nothing funny about that. Nothing. We didn't know anything about her. I didn't know anything about her. Nothing. Did you? No. I did a whole thing on, by the way, cry sticks. You can buy them. Actors have it. You put this on it. It leaves this kind of like a not a wax film, but as the heat kind of breaks it down, it releases. I mean, man, you put this cry stick on. Go into a McDonald's or something and say, are you still serving breakfast? No, you're not. Just go like that, rub it, and let it be activated, and you'll start crying like, what do you mean again? I wanted to make nothing. And like, oh my God, because you'll really start crying. And we've got this. So that's her. And listen, I'm telling you right now, ladies, I mentioned this today. Ladies, if you liked Falcon Crest, if you liked Dynasty, if you wanted a real character, you have got to remember, you will love her because she's this. I don't know what the word is. So that's that. Then we've got the trial, and it is the biggest pile of shite anybody has ever seen. And what these geniuses is, all the people, you see this guy with this, wait a minute. Now, I don't know about you. Now, look, what are you going to do? There's this guy. I will tell you this much. There is a fellow who fancies himself as he fancies himself as an expert in a lot of stuff. And his name is Matt Tardio. And it's just, people are saying that Shawn's face, they're just, how do I say this? One guy says you could tell from his body language. He doesn't have body language. Shawn Ryan is not the most effusive of people. Just go through this. It's absolutely, it hasn't even dropped yet. And it's like they're trying their best. And nobody's listening to you. We've been through this stuff before with Lee Harvey Oswald and the rest of these people. We've been through this. We've been through this. The bottom line is simply this. It is absolutely, positively incredible. Do you understand what I'm saying? That incredible. This is the stuff that is so great. How are they not understanding this? How do you not get this? I absolutely, there's so much to this. It is so obvious. It is so obvious. Have you heard have you heard people talk about this? I don't want to go into this stuff. I don't want to go into this. But a friend of mine said, "Well, I tell you what. You know that Iran, that's really acted up." Is it? What was that? Well, Iran, excuse me. You wanted to go into Iran, right? Because of Israel. Remember that? Remember that? We didn't want to go in. You wanted to go in. Bibi. And now it's blown up in your face. What are you telling me this for? I'm thinking, seriously. You wanted this. Remember Matt Reacher? You wanted this. You wanted this. You wanted this. You said that Iran was the worst thing ever. That we had, that they can't get a nuclear weapon. Well, they're going to get one. They're absolutely going to get a nuclear weapon. You do know this. Everything you didn't want, you should have left it alone. But no, you wanted this. When you killed their supreme leader, you pissed them off, and they don't ever get mad. They just walk out and say, well, we have determined from the intelligence operations that the Strait of Hormuz will remain a critical contention. I said, what are you saying? And we've got Pete Hegseth doing push-ups and pull-ups, Bobby Kennedy doing the pull-ups. That's all these people do. And you got Pete Hegseth, we're going to blow the shit out of you. You're going to be incinerated. And we got Trump even say that. You're going to be nuclear conflagration. Iran's like this. Well, we think that cooler heads will prevail. And they just never get upset. I think that's the best way to be. So anyway, I've got my friend and I'm telling you, what do you want? What do you want? What do you think this is? My good friend Richard Gage and my other good friend Jimmy Dore, Roger Waters is interesting. I may agree with some of the stuff he says, but he's just a little anyway, there's going to be this 9/11 stuff coming up, 25th anniversary. And I learned a long time ago, never ever to appear in a group with these folks. You can go out and you think, I'm going to say something which I think is rational, but there's some guy walking around with a fuzzy hat and a big button, and you're thinking, they're going to link me with this guy. So I don't do groups anymore. I learned my lesson with that. I say, Jimmy, I know it may not mean anything to you. Believe me, be careful. Be careful. But anyway, all along now, people are say, we've been saying this. And anybody who doesn't understand the whole thing with Erica, just like with anything else, is let me sit down. I put together a reel for you. Just watch Erica. Just watch her. And after I don't know, whatever, because there's so much to watch. How has this one woman said so much and so little? But I mean, isn't this something? She said so much. She's acted like somebody who does not know. Hebephrenia is a form of schizophrenia. I'm not saying she's schizophrenic, but there's these people sometimes, they don't know how to react. They laugh when they should cry when they laugh. They're all messed up. They're all discombobulated. They're all seriously screwed up. They don't know what the hell to do. They don't know she doesn't know what to do. She doesn't know what to do. She's thinking, am I sad? I don't know what's going on. How do you act? How do you act? Here's one for you. You don't remember this. Remember when she grabbed J.D. Vance by the back of the head? Come here, you son of a bitch. She's playing tonsil hockey with her. What are you doing? Just look at Kobe Bryant's wife. Look at the mother of the poor Ukrainian girl. She's just wearing the black dress. She can't even move. And how do you do this? Erica, I don't think deep down inside you're evil. I really don't. I don't think you're a psychopath because you're not worrying about trying to finagle me. You see, a psychopath wants to manipulate you. She doesn't care what you think. A psychopath isn't out there trying to He's not the only reason he's out there trying to fool you is what do I get out of it? I'll lie to you if I want something. And I'll lie and I want it, but I'm glib. I can't read people. I don't know how to read them. They're not emotional. They don't know how to do it. They're kind of flat. She's not a psychopath. Psychopaths are very rare. Very. And I'm not saying she is. I'm not saying we should have a show called we have psychiatrists on, we watch somebody. And by the way, there's a third category. Well, the schizoaffective. Well, she's borderline. Well, she has a antisocial personality. How about this? Just fucked up. Have you met these people? They're just fucked up. And that's it. Don't have a diagnosis. Don't know what the hell's the matter with them. Can't really say, but you've met them and they're in your family and you might have been married to one or had them as in-laws, but they're just fucked up. They're weird and they're strange, but they're not crazy. They don't hear voices. They're just strange. I've got one of the best liars you've ever. This guy lies. You can't believe it. And they're not even important lies. Yeah, I went by CVS today and they were closed. They're not closed. Well, why did you say that? I don't know. He just says things just to say them. I mean, lying about whether CVS is closed, who cares? Or, well, yeah, I didn't, I went to, I was working that day. No, you weren't. Remember that? Oh, yeah. They just don't. I don't even know if they're pathological liars. I've met these people my whole life. I mean, seriously, weird. I know one. Here's one for you. Have you ever met people who are overly friendly? Hi. It's kind of like in a weird way, like Erica was. Too nice, too inappropriately gushy, and too. I've met these people. They're sick. They're weird. But there's this thing called just fucked up. There's no other way around them. And they're not dangerous. They're not evil. They don't hurt anybody. They weren't, they're not. Then there are some people who do some bad stuff. And they're very, well, how are you? Very good. There's some politicians who look, they can really fit in. They're horrible. They can actually hurt people there. So there's just a panoply of stuff. So I'm not saying, I don't think anybody's really saying that Erica is this. She's just fucked up. She's just, I don't know what it is. You are dying, aren't you? Every time you say, there's a new Erica drop. Don't you love this? There are people who just, they're running the tapes and they're putting them together in the memes. She's the greatest. She's the greatest. I'm telling you, when she starts talking, say, here we go. She can't ever give something or speak in public where you say, okay, that was pretty good. No. And the best part about it is that poor Charlie, that poor bastard, they shot him. And I'm telling you right thing, and I know you're with me, but I'm not going to forget that. And somebody's going to stand up for him. And I don't mind doing it. Okay? And I don't mind telling you in the whole world, and I do every single day, you got nothing on him. You got nothing. Tyler Robinson, I don't care. Tyler Robinson could melt. He could catch on fire. I don't even care. I don't know anything about him. I don't mean him harm. I don't care about him. He's weird. And of all the people in the world say, Tyler, you're not that bad. He looks a little stoned, but you were what, hooked to some dude who said it was a woman and a lesbian named wearing a fuzzy hat? What the fuck is wrong with you? I'm not a big fan of this. What does that even mean? Well, how's your son Tyler doing? Well, he's got a girlfriend. Well, who's a girlfriend? Well, it's a guy, it's a dude, it's a feller. And goes by the name of Luna. Yeah, Luna. Remember Luna the wrestler? Yeah. Yeah. It's like one of the Vachon girls. It was Vivian Vachon. Anyway, well, see, it's a guy. Yeah, his name is, Lance. Yeah. Lancelot Link. And he's a gay boy, or he's a lesbian. I don't know what the hell he is. I don't even know. He's a furry. Call him a furry. It's like, Tyler, can you just make up your mind? If you want to be gay, just be gay. But what is this furry shit? What is this? God damn it, make up your mind. What is it? What are you trying to do? What is it? Are you gay or not? It's okay. We don't care. But this furry, I don't know what that is. What's a furry? I still don't know. I looked it up. I Googled it. I went on ChatGPT and said, what the hell is a furry? And ChatGPT said, I don't know. So I'm not a big fan of his. But this guy decides, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I may look stupid, but I'm going to climb up there and see that there, and why he's talking like this, I don't know, but it makes me think different. When I talk like this, I think different. Like if I'm writing a script, I talk like this. I'm going to climb on top of that roof. I'm going to bring my granddad a shooting iron. It's a 30-06, miles or 98. I'm going to blow that some bitch away. I'm going to do it. Why? Because he said something nasty about trans. And Junebug here, my boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever the hell you are, with a fuzzy hat on, I'm going to show them. Can't do that. I've had enough. I'm going to throw my life away. For all I know, they could have rifles trained on me and blow me away. It don't matter. I'll spend the rest of my life trying to take out the nicest man anybody's ever known, who treated gay people and trans people with dignity, never laughed at them, never made jokes. No, that's the guy I want to do. And I'm going to risk my life and bring up this big old gun. I'm not even sure it's a 100-year-old gun. I hope this sight works. This damn safety won't work. I'm going to zero it in. I'm going to do my best. All right? I'm ready to go. Come on. All of a sudden, what the hell's going on there? Hey, that wasn't me. What was that? What the hell was that? They got him. They got him with what? I didn't shoot him. Wait a minute. I've been set up. Somebody else got him. Did you hear what happened? No, what happened? They got him in the neck. They got him in the neck. You mean they blew his head open? No. I mean, they got him in the neck. With what? Well, they said a 30-06. Well, did they decide? No, they don't know. What do you mean they don't know? Hell, that must have been a mess. No, not really. What? No. They say it might have been a microphone. But what the hell am I doing here on this roof with a damn rifle? I don't know. You're a patsy. Damn thing don't even work. Didn't even shoot. This story, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I represent Tyler Robinson. And you know, if being a stupid son of a bitch is against the law, this guy is 100% guilty. But you know, being stupid is not against the law. He is the worst. Look at him. No, look at him. Look, his collar's he's got like a 32 collar. Can't even get a shirt that fits. And this is the mastermind. Yeah. Old Annie Oakley there. Old Carlos Hathcock. Remember Carlos Hathcock? The #1 sniper, Marine sniper of all time. That's him. Wait till you see his girlfriend, Junebug or Luna, whatever it is. She's in Texas now. And I'll tell you what. You know, I like to sit there and say, so what do you want me to call you? Cross-examination. What do you want me to call you? You like Luna? Yeah, I notice you're not, with all due respect, you don't look like, like you did before. Have you noticed that? Why do you look different? Have you hung up your, whatever your spurs, whatever you call it? Are you still trans? You don't mind me asking because because this is irrelevant. Your objection, Your Honor, this is relevant because supposedly Tyler shot Charlie because she's trans and Charlie was saying some bad stuff. And I just want to know if she's still trans today. No, I'm not. Oh, good news, Charlie. Yeah. The guy that you supposedly killed because of this one, she's not even trans anymore. She's trans, all right, as in transitory. She's back and she's in Texas. Now, the question I have for you, they offered you immunity, right? Yeah, well, they better. They sure as hell better. I don't blame you. Was it limited immunity? Was it use immunity? Was it transactional? What kind of immunity was it? Because you sure as hell need immunity. Because after all, a lot of people could say you were involved in being an accessory after the fact. You could have done that. You're talking to him. What about this? Hey, he's telling you, hide this, hide him. Don't talk to anybody. Sounds like, I don't know who's coaching whom, as it were. But you know what? You do know, and I'm sure they've told you this, Lance, or whatever her name is today, have they offered you any kind of protection? Well, the reason I say this is, you see, a lot of people figure, you might be a threat. Well, I mean, what if somebody said, I don't really remember Charlie saying anything about, Tyler saying anything about Charlie. I don't know. That Discord thing, I don't remember being on that one. And some of those text messages, to be honest with you, they're not on my phone. I don't know. It's almost like somebody. What if he says something that's kind of like says, I don't know. Were you surprised? Yeah. Yeah. As opposed to somebody says, surprised? Hell no. That's all he talked about. He'd get up in the morning and go, why, if I had the chance one day, somebody's going to teach him a lesson. What if he never said anything? What if even Lee Harvey Oswald was doing fair play for Cuba on the streets? What if he didn't do anything? What if there's nothing? What if Lance says, I'm just kind of surprised. So all of a sudden he's a murderer, a sniper? You might pose a problem to some very nasty people. I hope somebody's watching you, because I'm telling you, if Tyler goes away and you go away, this case goes away, and they can go right back on doing what they wanted to do. Get rid of Charlie and just move on. Now, you're saying, who did it? I don't know. Still don't know. How the hell do you know who killed him? I don't know. Do you have a confession? No. Got some suspects. Some people I might look to. When that poor, I'm sad to say I don't remember his name. Mrs. Ellen and I walked by all the time at 54th, where he was the insurance executive, where he was killed. Right there. It's eerie. At first, people said, I don't know who's this guy. Who would shoot this? And then later on, they find out through numbnuts, he's in a Scranton, whatever, in someplace in Pennsylvania, and he's at a McDonald's. They would have known nothing. I mean, that would have been a real kind of we don't know what happened. This is a different story. This one doesn't make this. So anyway, when that happened, people said, who would want to shoot or kill an insurance executive? But in this case, who would want to? A lot of people would want to do it. A lot of people. But I would have told Bibi or Mossad or anybody, are you out of your mind? You're going to make him a martyr? They're going to come right for you. Beeb, don't you know the story about the Hamptons, about you and the whole bit? Don't you understand this? How you were browbeating him and screaming, and they would have pulled their money, and how dare you do that, and all these. Oh, and then you're going to whack him? What are you, nuts? That dog don't hunt. That train has left the station. And one more thing, Bibi, I would tell him, you've got the world against you. I know Charlie's important, but he ain't that important. You've got to work. They're going to indict your ass. Bibi Netanyahu, many people suspect and posit that that he wanted all of this war, because the longer this perceived, the longer it happened, the longer he could remain free. That they were going to indict him. I mean, this is nuts. And you're going to add to this by taking out Charlie? What good did that do? Are you kidding? Now people who never cared anything about Israel now because of all the suspicion. And again, I don't think there's any evidence of it, but they're going to say, or I would have, if I would have said, they would say, so it's the stupidest thing anybody's ever said. Why would you want to do this? Why? And by the way, if I sat down with BB, which nobody wants to do, but I'd say, Beeb, you know what I'm thinking, don't you? What? Well, it may not be you who did it, but somebody who wants people to think you did it. You see, if I were going to try to frame Israel, if that were me, I wouldn't do some sniper this guy. That was a cover. That was a patsy. I'd have something like, remember these guys with the beeper? Remember the exploding beeper? Taking something that you wear, something that you think is rather innocuous, then I'd use it of a beeper. I might just use that's right, my friends, use a microphone. Look who it is. It's Lengitis. He says, Lionel, I missed the live last night, so I watched at 12 a.m. I laughed so hard, I woke my husband up. Thank you for the joy you bring us. He's probably thinking, what the hell is my wife? She's in bed laughing. What are you laughing at? It's Lenny. Are you listening to Lenny again? That's the best compliment in the world. I'm serious. We'll talk about some serious stuff, but also there's one thing I can say, and I mean it more than anything else. If I can make you laugh about this, and it's not always like, oh God, it's ponderous, but some of it is so stupid that I can show you the insanity of it by pointing out how stupid this is. A lot of it just doesn't make any sense. But I'll tell you, BB might say, oh, that's right. Because all of a sudden we got an exploding mic theory. Uh-huh. Gee, where does that sound familiar? Where have I heard that one? Exploding. Remember the mechanic? Remember the guy who picked up his phone and they put whatever, some PETN or whatever it was. Remember that guy? Now, if BB says, we didn't do that, I know. That's what I'm saying. What if somebody makes it look like you? That's why BB right away said, we didn't do this. Remember that? Remember that? Remember when BB right away said, we didn't do this? People said, who but the guilty person says it right away? No, I say it might not be the guilty person. Might be somebody who said, I didn't do this. Years ago, when Bill Clinton was doing his, the whole Monica Lewinsky says, I didn't have sex. And he goes, well, and everybody said, Mr. President, what about 19-year-old Ramona Caldwell? She has the intelligence of a dart. She basically has the IQ basically of an onion ring. What about you? Didn't you have your way with her in the back of the Secret Service? He said, what? Who? Ramona Caldwell. I never thought. Now that one I never did. You almost bring somebody out by accusing them of something crazy to see what they say. I did not. So when people were saying, why do you think BB was so quick? What if he said, wait, don't you even think about pinning this on me? That's bullshit. Well, baby, how come you're so quick to deny it? Why? Because I didn't do it. And I know what you're thinking. It's got me all over it. This is perfect. You don't think anybody else? What? You think he's the only guy who's got exploding stuff? You don't think somebody from Iran or Syria or Lebanon, some Hezbollah dude, some not Mossad, some Hamas feller. You don't think somebody somewhere knows how to do this? You think what? They're the only ones? Now, I'm not saying I believe that, but always look at every possible option there is. Always take something which is obvious and say, do they want me to think this or did this really happen? I don't know. As I was saying, my good friend Richard Gage and Jimmy Dore and others, they're going to be doing this 9/11 stuff. And I'm saying 25 years and we're still arguing. We're still trying to tell people, listen, the buildings, that's not jet fuel. Stop it. Stop it. It doesn't go, hey, there's a jump. Wow, that was fast. With squibs and... Here's one thing I know. And I want you to know this. People collectively are the stupidest people in the world. People who believe this are the stupidest people. Stupid in layers. Oh my God. Colors. Dimensions you can't even believe. Stupid. Profoundly stupid. Next, people will get into fads just because they think it's hip. People will want to be, they won't say anything. They'll say, I've got the receipts. I've got the receipts. My bad. Why are you saying that? That's what we say now. So I'm going to say it. No problem. What do you mean no problem? No worries. Hilarious. We went through all this stuff. Why are you saying this? Because I do whatever they say. I do the same thing. I repeat this. That's what I do. So somebody says, hey, we're going to cover each other. We're going to cover ourselves with tattoos. I'm there. I'm going to cover my entire... Why? Because that's what you want me to do. What I have to do to look cool. Because I have no soul. I'll do whatever you want. If you tell me cutting off a finger like the Yakuza, I'll do that. I'll put barbells and big booger rings in my nose and my tongue. Because I want to be cool. And if you think all of a sudden, hey, did you hear about the trans? The what? The trans. What's that? You might want to think about that. Hey, can I be trans? Sure. What do you got to do? Well, first of all, I look like hell with a wig, even better. Remember that weird dude from Disney World who said, and I can't believe they didn't know who I was, that I was a man. You're a man with a wig. Listen, heads up. You want to get freaked out to the point where you think, ooh, I'm feeling weird. Check out Brittany Griner. Dear God. Brittany Griner, the basketball player, if that ain't a dude because of the hormones or whatever it is, dear God. I mean, this guy's voice, he sounds like Robert Goulet, knocking the hell out of Caitlin. Oh, time out. If you're not following the Sophie and Caitlin show, oh my God. It is so beautiful, so great. Did you see the two jadruls who climbed on top of the Empire State Building today? Did you see that? And they put this flag. So everybody's now photoshopping everything they want on the flag. Everything. I sent one to a friend of mine. I'm pretty good with this. It's no big deal. But with ChatGPT, you can do whatever. And his name is, let's say his name is Larry. So I put up there on this. Larry is a dick. They climb it. When Michelle, let me tell you something. I do not believe, nor have I ever believed, that Michelle Obama is a man. I never believed it. Never thought there's no receipts. I know you say it. I never bought it. I do not share the enmity. I always thought she even tried. She was the only person I know who even tried to introduce diet or whatever. But some of the stuff about her is so brutal. It's hilariously funny. It's so terrible that you think, oh my God. Do you know what it's like? You're a woman. It's not funny. And most women say, I want to look okay. I'm getting older. I want to be elegant. And you have people spending their waking day thinking of some new Dick Butkus, meme or something. This is what people do all day long. This is what they do. So in order to just to bring you back to square one, okay? Tomorrow's the day we're going to talk about this. We are going to do this, okay? You understand that? Oh, look at this. Cheyenne Carter. I'm Sicilian. You fit in with my family so well. Oh, I'd love it, especially if it was time to eat. You know what I mean? I love this stuff. Look at this. Here's a lot of fun. Overthrow the monster government. Take it easy there, Smoochie. Take it. By the way, this is Smoochie 7267. There was another Smoochie. Come on, man. What's your problem? I know government involved in 9/11. We are sick here in the U.S. How do you know government was involved? How do you know that? You tell me how you know that. How do you know it? Good suspect. Good suspect. How do you know it? You don't know it. I've studied this inside and out. I don't know who did it. But I do tell you one thing. Whoever did do it, I wouldn't be surprised. And this clear cut about the government and this guy, a lot of people working in concert. Let me just ask you one little question here. One little question. And you just think about this. And you ask anybody you know this question. You know, they say they were almost up. They were almost near the putting out the fires. Did you know that? They almost were there, that they could have very, very, very easily have put out the fires. 9/11. Firefighters were there. And this could have been. Now, if those buildings did not come down, would we have been in Iraq and Afghanistan? Answer the question. See, in 93, they kind of bombed it, but nothing happened. If they did not come down, I'm just answer that question. Would we have been in Iraq? No. What Bush has said, you know what? The people who did that, they could have come down. We're going to go. We're going to do the Patriot Act, and we're going to go there. No. But with those two, and everybody looked at this and said, oh my God, this is a controlled demolition. Other people said, nope, it's jet fuel. They believed it. So this is what I'm saying. I'm trying my friends, to negotiate through all this, stuff with what's her name, with Erica, because a lot of people don't want to understand this. It's hurt for them. It's hurtful. They have a hard time. People don't like to think this. It's like thinking of your parents, getting your mother, like, with a French maid outfit, and your father knocking the bottom out of your mother. She's drunk and slapping her around. I mean, you just don't want to think about that. You don't want to think about that. Your husband, your mother coming in with an appliance, and he's handcuffed to the headboard. You don't want to think about that. But it could have happened. No, you wouldn't think of your own birth as, this is magnificent, this wonderful, this event. It's never like that. Never like that. It's hot, it's sweaty, it's sticky, it's probably debasing. Your mother probably was barking like a dog. All right? But nobody wants to think that way. The same way when it comes to real things, like a government could do this. Could people have done this? Yes. Yes. People taking out JFK? Yes. Easy. War is easy. That's all. So anyway, my friends, I want to thank you. Larry Silverstein. That's it. Just Larry Silverstein. Pull it. Larry Silverstein. Larry Silverstein, still alive and well. Still kicking, my friends. So anyway, I want to thank you. Tomorrow's the big day. You're going to tune in? You're going to tune in? Yeah. Let's talk about it then. And this is always, if you pray for Candace, pray for everybody, pray that she keeps this thing up, because she's having the time of her life. Do you understand this? The time of her life. In any event, my friends, I loves you. I loves you. So here's the story. I want you to do everything in your power to be normal, to be safe, to be happy. Don't lose your mind in all this stuff. We're going to get through it. Believe me when I tell you this. Thank you for following me. Please like this video. Subscribe. Make sure you're still subscribed. for reasons I'll never know. Sometimes it's we're unsubscribed. It's the damnedest thing. All right, my friends, we love you. Have a great and glorious night. Please also follow Mrs. L at Lynn's Warriors. She's doing so great, and she has such a noble cause. Such a noble cause. I love her to death, and I love you. You know why? Because you are so beautiful to me. Can't you see? You are so beautiful to me. That would make a great song, wouldn't it? All right, kids, I love you. Don't forget. Until then, remember, the monkey's dead. The show's over. Sue ya. Da-da.